What up, Sauce Drops? Welcome back for another video. Today, I kind of want to talk about something a little bit, maybe controversial, but not so much in all honesty. But my hot take and opinion is that Bethesda is missing the point when it comes to Fallout games.
Keep it saucy, that's the plan. Sauce makes saucy, the goofy man with a vibe that's out of sight, bringing laughter day and night.
Where they have done something that I think was a great move in making Fallout into a first-person or third-person game versus a top-down RPG, I think they're missing the mark on a few things. And the reason I believe this is, well, before we get there, let's talk about where Fallout started. So Fallout was an Interplay game, which was a top-down RPG that was turn-based, which was a great game for its time. It still holds up today as a great RPG. One of the better ones, in my opinion. And as you guys know, I'm playing Fallout 2 currently, and it's still difficult today to play it, and it's still enjoyable, even with dated graphics and obvious technical advances since then. I think Interplay did a great job making that. Now, what some of you might not know about Interplay is Interplay ended up closing down after Fallout 2. But some of those people that were in Interplay formed their own company, Obsidian. Now, when you think about great Fallout games, you think about a handful of them. Some people say Fallout 1, Fallout 2, which is great games. But if you're talking about the newer series of games, we're talking about 3, New Vegas, 4, and 76. Most people's favorite one is either 3 or New Vegas. So 3 being the first one that was given to us in first person / third person. Mainly first person, because third person in 3 is kind of buggy, doesn't look very nice, kind of wonky. That was a great change that they made. Super amazing, and honestly, I think it really did help the franchise. But I don't think that's the best one. I think New Vegas is the better game out of the 2. Is that because it was the same developers that made the original game, and they made it more true to their vision, and Bethesda kind of just made a carbon copy but on the other coast? And if you guys have noticed, Bethesda's never made a West Coast Fallout. Everything they've done has been East Coast. Because if you look at Fallout 3, that's in the capital in DC. If you look at Fallout 4, that's up in the Massachusetts area. And 76 is in the Shenandoah Valley, which is also in the East. So all of the West games that everyone enjoys with the NCR has been made by Obsidian. So those are kind of an interesting thing if you think about it, because the NCR obviously is a super popular faction. What Bethesda did was they kind of took the exact same ideas they had in the original ones and just kind of copy and pasted those assets into things on the East Coast, which don't really make sense. Tell me why there are scorpions on the East Coast. We don't have scorpions over here. It's not a thing. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense. There was so much room for them to create something different and change things. But what they did was they invested more time into making it a first-person shooter versus a actual RPG with more important storylines. Where I do think Fallout 3 is one of the best Fallouts. It's a great game. I think that New Vegas outshines it by miles. Like miles and miles. And Fallout 4, which I don't think is bad, is not a real RPG to me. That is a shooter with RPG elements. Where the other ones, which I think make more sense, are RPGs with first-person shooter elements. I think that's the combination that wins. I'm personally not a big fan of top-down RPGs with like turn-based combat. I'm trying to get into them, as you guys can tell with Fallout 2, but I think the move into a first-person like shooter style made a lot of sense. Now, what Bethesda did though is they created a very popular series out of it, which is great in theory. But what it does is it creates more of a generic game. Whenever something is super popular, it has to appeal to everyone that plays it, not just a select group of people. That's the way with anything, is just like if you're eating at a buffet. All the food is usually kind of bland and it's kind of simple because it has to be suitable for everyone's palate. It's the exact same thing when it comes to a video game. It needs to be suitable to everyone's palate whenever they're playing the game. So what they did was they dumbed down the RPG, upped the shooter, and made it easier to be able to get through it and your choices not really matter as much. I think that is where Bethesda went wrong with Fallout. Now, I'm not saying that Bethesda is terrible or they're a bad company. I just think that Fallout could have been so much more and has the potential to still be so much more. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like on this video and go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way you guys are notified next time we have a video come out. Again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep it saucy.